Good morning. Hello. Assalamu alaikum. Como talibou? Como está? This is MUSAU MattmeachamJR signing in on Earth. Um, I I know that they call it a poor man's copyright. I must confess that my readings have not been officially copywritten. I know in the U.S. you can mail your literature to yourself and you register it, and then that's how you can protect yourself. But I think that by my reading my book, parts of my book, I think that sort of guarantees that I am the originator or the creator of that which I am beginning to read. I'll read portions of my book entitled Why, Who, Where is God? And I will start with chapter 1. And chapter 1 is called The Beginning. They say he is the creator of everything. Didn't God do it? Did he not create the beginning and the end, even the middle? These were the thoughts of Kareem's. These were the thoughts on Kareem's mind as he sat alone on the battlefield in the former state of Israel. He was not sure about how he got there. All he knew was that he was there. With thousands of rounds of ammunition and his automatic weapon, he was preset to take the lives of every Israeli soldier that would come in his sight. That is all he had known for these last few months. Who is God? Why does there have to be a God? Is he really out there? Let's repost the erstwhile questions before we go any further. God is the creator of everything. Indeed, there has to be a God for anything to make sense in a seemingly senseless world. But the contemptuous ones, but the contemptuous one has his own dispute. Another interrogative reaches out crying, if there is a God, so why is there so much pain and suffering? Why does he permit all this to exist and to thrive on this earth? If he is the creator of everything, then he is the creator of discomfort and misfortune. Indeed, he is the creator of all. Why must God be so horrendous? Because he does as he pleases. He is the powerful one. These were Kareem's considerations as he paused between the rocks, waiting patiently for an Israeli combatant to cross his path. He was a sniper already. 21 Israeli combatants had been downed by his bullets. But before he become a sacrifice for Allah, there must be 99 Israeli combatants down by his gun. Not too far away was Joshua. He, too, patiently waited, hidden by the trees and forest. Joshua had a mission too. His was to kill any and every Palestinian who would appear in his sight. He was the Jew. Already, he had killed 31 Palestinians, and there would be many more. He, too, awaited on the killing field to kill or be killed. Thus, the nature of war. War and destruction. All this was part of the divine plan. Birth, war, death. Indeed, God. He is somewhere out there. Creation, the creator, the God, men, death. It was almost 100 years ago when the war started. Is this prophecy of Armageddon a real thing? When would this all end? Where is the special one to save humanity? Yes, where was the special one, the comforter? So, that is how it is to be. Men, war, and bloodshed. And no one is brave enough or insane enough to say there is no God. Does he love us? Why this? Why that? Blasphemy. Is it worth all this? Then a man and his brother walked into the sights of Kareem. They were Jews. He was Palestinian. So Kareem fired his gun. It only took 2 shots. Bang! Bang! The head of the man's body fell to the ground while the rest of his body dissolved in the sunset. And his lover fell to the ground with a shot to her body. They were both dead. And 23 human souls had been downed by Kareem's gun. But there were more to die. Kareem could only reflect. He observed the helpless body of the male Israelite lying on the ground while the woman lay next to him. Still, Kareem could only think of his deceased wife and his 3 children who were killed by the Israeli counterattack, which massacred several Palestinians after the Hamas assault in 2023. And for Kareem, all he had to live for had dissolved somewhere in the Ba'ota. the Israelite counteroffensive destroyed all that he had. So many Israelites would have to die to soothe his hurt. Thoughts of reflection. Thoughts of reflection were haunting him as he waited for more victims to mollify the pain. Still, he could not repudiate the reflections of Miriam as considerations of her record in his mind. She was dark. She had brown eyes. Her hair was long. She was shapely. And they were making love in their bedroom while the 3 children were resting in the bedroom adjacent to theirs. Leela, Aisha, and Imani were all asleep, and they were resting peacefully in their room on the Gaza Strip. Miriam was so sweet, and he held her in his arms. She was so soft, and her kisses were affecting. He felt her hand as she touched his abdomen, and he can feel her chill bumps as they evolved from this encounter. It was so sweet and tender. Then he heard the bombs ringing out. This terrific sound was too much to bear. The entire roof of the house caved in. He heard his children cry out in the adjacent room. The ceiling caved in. He rushed to the children's room only to discover that they were buried under the stone. He called out to Imani, but there was no response. He shouted out again for the girls, but nothing was heard. Another bomb attack ensued as he searched through the rubble for his children. But the bomb landed in the room where Miriam lay. He heard her scream, but he could not go through the door. The door was blocked by a heavy stone. Tears began to flow from his eyes as he tried to rescue his wife. But it could not be done. She was dead. The children were dead. They were all dead. That's chapter 1. This is chapter 1 of my new book. My new book, I will read you portions of my new book as part of the entertainment that MUSAU Consulting International. And the title of the book is Why? Who? Where is God? So that's the type of thing that I will be doing on this particular YouTube station. I'm working on 2 projects, and I'm doing them parallel a little bit. I'm working on 2 projects right now. One is my book, which is entitled Why, Who, Where is God? And the other project, all you have to do is tune it into my YouTube station, and you will get free entertainment. You won't have to pay 1 penny. I'll be reading from my book. Again, the title of my book is Why, Who, Where is God? And you will see before your own eyes, you will see meticulous children build an entire play. They would build the sets. They would be the performers. You before your own before your own eyes, you will see the seed develop into a magnificent tree. So I invite my listening audience to join me and the children. What I'll be doing is I'll be reading passages from my novel, which I will hope to have published. I hope to publish it within the next 2 months. But the children's play that we are building from, okay, the title of the children's play is E equal MC square rock and roll. And we are building it from the bottom to the top. Children actors, children dancers, and children builders. They will build the entire set, children. And they will be the performers. They will be the 100% participants in the development of the children's play entitled E equal MC square rock in roll. This is MUSAU MattmeachamJR signing out on Earth.